Welcome to another episode of Marine Science Facts. Mangroves are extraordinary coastal forests that grow where few other plants can survive, and understanding them begins with picturing the place they call home. The narrow edge between land and sea, where tides rise and fall each day, where salt water mixes with fresh water, and where the soil is soft, muddy, and low in oxygen. In this constantly changing and often harsh environment, mangroves not only endure but thrive, forming dense forests along tropical and subtropical coastlines. These trees and shrubs have evolved remarkable adaptations that make them look almost otherworldly. Their roots twist upward like stilts or breathe through pencil-like tubes emerging from the mud. These structures allow the trees to anchor themselves in shifting sediments and absorb oxygen even when the ground is flooded. Because the water around them can be salty, mangroves also have special ways to deal with salinity. Some species excrete salt crystals through their leaves, while others trap salt in older leaves and shed them when they become too saturated. These adaptations turn mangroves into true survivors, capable of protecting coastlines and supporting entire ecosystems. Walking through a mangrove forest feels like entering a hidden world. The air is humid and warm, filled with the calls of birds and the rustling of leaves. The ground beneath your feet is soft, and the roots around you form a maze where small fish dart in and out with the tides. Mangroves create one of the most productive ecosystems on Earth, providing food and shelter for thousands of species. Juvenile fish, crabs, shrimps, and mollusks all depend on the tangle of roots to hide from predators. Many commercial fish species also begin their lives in these nurseries, making mangroves critical not just for wildlife, but also for human coastal communities that rely on fishing. Above the waterline, mangroves host birds, reptiles, insects, and mammals, all living in an environment shaped by the daily rhythms of the tides. Even bumblebee-like pollinators and other insects play their roles here, ensuring mangrove flowers turn into the floating seedlings the trees use to reproduce. What truly sets mangroves apart is how they stabilize coastlines. Their root systems trap sediments, slowing water flow and reducing erosion. When storms hit, mangroves act like natural barriers, absorbing wave energy and protecting inland areas from flooding. Some studies compare them to green seawalls, although their benefits go far beyond structural protection. The presence of mangroves can significantly reduce the impact of storm surges, offering coastal communities a living shield that continually repairs and expands itself. In places where mangroves have been removed, coastlines often erode more quickly, and communities become more vulnerable. Protecting and restoring these forests has become a crucial strategy in climate resilience plans around the world. Mangroves also help fight climate change in an exceptional way. They act as powerful carbon sinks, storing carbon dioxide at rates far higher than many terrestrial forests. This carbon is held not only in their leaves and wood, but even more so in the deep, waterlogged soils beneath them. Because decomposition is slower in low-oxygen environments, organic matter accumulates and traps carbon for centuries or even millennia. Scientists refer to this as blue carbon, and mangroves play a central role in its long-term storage. When mangroves are destroyed, this stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Preserving them, therefore, helps slow the pace of climate change while supporting entire ecosystems. Despite their importance, mangroves are among the most threatened ecosystems on Earth. Over the past century, large areas have been cleared for coastal development, shrimp farming, tourism infrastructure, and urban expansion. Pollution and changes in water flow from upstream agriculture or dam construction also weaken mangroves, making it harder for them to recover from storms or rising sea levels. In some regions, climate change itself poses a growing challenge, as increasing sea levels can drown mangrove forests that lack space to migrate inland. Yet there is hope in the form of conservation efforts, reforestation projects, and community-led restoration initiatives. Many coastal societies recognize that protecting mangroves is not merely an environmental issue, but also a cultural and economic one. Communities that fish, harvest honey, collect medicines, or use mangrove wood for traditional practices understand that their livelihoods are deeply intertwined with the health of these forests. Mangrove restoration is more than simply planting seedlings. It begins with understanding the natural hydrology of an area and ensuring the tides can flow freely. If the water conditions are correct, Mangroves often grow back on their own, carried by floating propagules that drift until they take root. Successful projects involve local people, scientists, and governments working together to restore not only the trees, but also the balance of water, sediment, and wildlife that makes the ecosystem function. Some regions have even turned mangrove conservation into ecotourism opportunities, offering guided kayak tours and educational programs that teach visitors how these forests protect coastlines and sustain biodiversity. As our understanding of mangroves grows, so does our appreciation for their beauty and resilience. They stand as quiet guardians of the coast, providing nursery grounds for marine life, storing immense amounts of carbon, and shielding communities from storms. They remind us that nature often holds elegant solutions to complex problems and that protecting these ecosystems is an investment in the future. Whether seen from a boat gliding between their roots or from above as emerald ribbons along the shoreline, mangroves represent a delicate yet powerful system that deserves both respect and protection. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell to never miss out on any ocean stories. Let us know in the comments section which ocean facts you want to hear next.